Okay, let's unpack this. You've probably seen it flash across your feed somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
It's one of those things that looks like science fiction, maybe a little clunky, but just undeniably cool.
Hmm.
We're talking about that device that promised to, let you hover across your lawn.
Powered by what? A drill battery.
Exactly. Powered by nothing more than a standard cordless tool battery. Today, we're using this as a masterclass.
A perfect example.
It's one of the most successful recent examples of what we're all now calling AI slop, the legendary and completely non-existent Ryobi Hover Disc.
The infamous hover disc.
So for this deep dive, our sources come mainly from the investigations of a viral reviewer. This person just meticulously exposed the whole thing.
Right, they really broke it down piece by piece.
And we're going far beyond just labeling it fake.
Oh, yeah.
Our mission today is to really analyze the exact anatomy of a deepfake sensation.
From the very beginning.
From the immediate, unbelievable claims to the specific visual, technical, and even regulatory mistakes that instantly expose it as a complete fabrication.
And for you, the listener, our goal here is to give you a kind of mental checklist.
Yes.
We want you to be able to quickly and confidently see the difference between real paradigm-shifting innovation and what our source material rightly calls digital smoke.
Digital smoke. I like that.
We're going to give you the simple, immediate checks, the red flags, that separate a genuine prototype, even a crazy one, from content that was just generated by an algorithm to get your attention.
Just to keep you scrolling. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's dive into the sensation itself.
Okay.
Picture this. A video just surfaces. It shows someone casually floating, maybe a few inches off the ground, moving smoothly across a kind of patchy backyard.
And the device itself.
It's bright green, looks robust, and it's clearly branded with that familiar white and black Ryobi logo. It looks like a heavy-duty waist belt attached to some kind of propulsion unit.
The execution of that visual was, well, it was key to its success. Right? Yeah. It wasn't slick, high-end CGI.
No, not at all.
It was just believable enough, almost slightly amateur, which made it seem like a genuine leak or maybe an early prototype test.
That's the scary part.
That authenticity is what makes this new wave of AI content so dangerous to our sense of reality. It looked accessible, like something a really dedicated DIY person might actually build in their garage.
And the claims, which were just front and center, they were incredible. The video promised that this so-called Ryobi Hover Disc could support a load of up to 250 pounds.
A full-grown person.
A full-grown person, and maintain flight for an impressive 25 minutes. And crucially, it was all supposedly powered by a standard off-the-shelf Ryobi 18-volt battery.
And the emotional pull of that was just massive. It hit a real sweet spot.
Oh, so.
It's the combination of this powerful, unbelievable tech married to a brand that's recognizable, affordable, a consumer brand.
Right.
The sources noted this one video racked up nearly 2 million views on Facebook alone in a really short time.
Wow.
And people weren't just curious. They were flooding the comments, asking, variations of the same question. Where's the pre-order link? Tell me where I can buy this now.
That immediate desire for something that's clearly impossible, that's what these AI generators are just mastering now.
Exactly.
So that brings us to phase one, the basic due diligence. When something this revolutionary drops, something that basically defies gravity with consumer batteries.
The first step should be obvious.
The first, most common sense step is just to check the manufacturer. And Ryobi, as we know, is not some
startup basement operation.
Exactly. They are a massive multinational company.
A very known entity in the power tool space. Lawn equipment, workshop tools, and most importantly for this, their battery system.
We're talking about a company that boasts a platform with over 300 different products.
All running off that same 18-volt battery.
They're established, they're public, they have an extremely comprehensive catalog online.
And so the initial finding from the investigators, according to our sources, it was conclusive and it was immediate.
Which was?
Searching Ryobi's entire verified catalog yielded absolutely nothing. No hover disc. It wasn't listed as upcoming. It wasn't a secret prototype, not in R&D, and definitely not for sale. It just, it didn't exist anywhere in their product ecosystem.
And that right there should be the first loud ringing alarm bell.
It really should.
If a major recognizable tool brand had successfully developed anti-gravity tech, this would be a global front-page news story, not just in a tech magazine, but in the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, absolutely. If this were real, The reveal would be this massive, globally televised event. There'd be white papers, engineering breakdowns, press tours.
It would move markets.
It would trigger massive stock market movement. The very absence of any major verifiable coverage, the silence from legitimate journalists outside of one social media clip that should instantly tell you you're looking at digital smoke.
Not a real product rollout. Okay, so if the manufacturer check failed, let's move to phase 2. Visual evidence of fabrication.
This is where it gets really interesting.
It does, because this next step requires zero technical knowledge. You just have to trust your gut and notice the small, uncanny details that AI generation still struggles with.
The investigators, they zoomed in, and the first things they noticed were issues with lighting and shadows.
Ah.
The whole scene had this distinct, slightly artificial, almost hyper-saturated quality. It looked too clean.
Like a video game.
Almost like a high-end video game cutscene from, say, the early 2000s.
Mm.
More critically, the shadows just didn't seem to track properly with the person's movement.
They were just off.
Static, or they moved unnaturally.
You know that feeling when you watch something and you can't quite say what's wrong, but your brain is just registering an inconsistency?
Yes.
That's what these AI visuals do. They're great at the main subject, but terrible at all the supporting environmental details.
Which leads directly to the issue of surface interaction.
Yeah.
This is a crucial tell. In the video, the person is floating maybe a foot above a patch of grass. Now, if you had a device capable of levitating 250 pounds, that would require massive downward thrust.
Or at least some kind of field.
A significant electromagnetic field, something. But in the footage, the person's feet and the device's propulsion, they didn't disturb the grass at all.
Not a single blade.
The grass was static, flat, undisturbed.
It's the small things that trip up the technology, isn't it? AI can make a perfect face, but it forgets how light refracts through water, or, in this case, how air pressure interacts with turf.
And then you get the undeniable smoking gun, the one piece of evidence that just removes any lingering doubt.
What was it?
If you looked extremely closely in the corner of the video frame, there was a clear, if subtle, digital watermark.
Let me guess.
Sora.
Sora. Okay, so let's elaborate on what that means. A lot of people know Sora is out there, but what does seeing that watermark definitively tell us?
It tells us two things. First, it confirms this wasn't some person in a garage with a camera. This was generated using OpenAI's highly advanced text-to-video diffusion model.
It's intentional fabrication.
Intentional digital fabrication with a cutting-edge tool.
Mm-hmm.
Second, and maybe more importantly, it confirms the intent. The creator used this powerful tool for one purpose: to generate hyper-realistic, high-engagement fiction.
You're looking at an algorithm, not an engineer.
Precisely.
And that immediately connects the dots to the creator. The account that posted this, under the name Zach Lowndes, he has a history.
A very distinct history.
This isn't just an accidental viral hit. This is a pattern of behavior.
Absolutely. The source material detailed his track record. His entire content strategy is based on uploading things that just don't exist.
And it's not just fictional tools either.
No. We have to take a moment for the other examples mentioned because they're absurd.
Go on.
We're talking about him uploading entirely impossible clips, like fake videos of the CN Tower burning down in Toronto.
Which would be headline news.
Headline global news. And highly localized, but equally impossible, doorbell camera footage of alligators just lounging on suburban front porches.
It's pure, unadulterated engagement bait.
That's all it is.
Mm.
He moved from general impossible clips like flying elephants to targeted, brand-adjacent fabrication like the Hover Disc.
And targeting Ryobi gives it that veneer of legitimacy.
A crucial veneer because the brand is familiar, it's associated with robust engineering, and that makes the impossible claims seem just slightly more plausible to a casual viewer.
Which brings us to phase 3. The technical and regulatory blunders. I mean, even if we ignored the visuals, ignored the non-existent product listing,
The claims themselves fail.
they're a complete failure in basic physics and regulatory understanding. Let's start with the physics.
Okay.
They claim this device could levitate a 250-pound human for 25 minutes, all powered by that standard Ryobi 18-volt battery.
This is where we need to talk about energy density.
Yeah.
To levitate a human, even for a few seconds, you need massive sustained energy output. Think about a high-powered commercial drone. Those things need specialized high-capacity batteries, and even then, their flight time is pretty short.
Very short.
A standard consumer tool battery is designed for quick bursts of power.
Like drilling a hole.
Exactly, or cutting wood. It does not have the necessary energy density or sustained output to generate the force needed to counteract 250 pounds of mass for 25 minutes.
It's a non-starter.
If that much energy were packed into that small a battery, it would be dangerously unstable, potentially explosive. The physics just completely falls apart. It's an engineering failure in a fictional world.
You'd need something closer to a small motorcycle engine strapped to your waist, not a battery for a power drill.
Absolutely. The energy demands are just geometrically different. Real hover technology, actual prototypes. They require massive power sources, heavy stabilization systems, and often controlled environments. The idea of this being portable and consumer-ready is just pure fantasy.
And the regulatory detail is almost better.
It's my favorite part.
Because it reveals such a crucial lack of real-world knowledge, the video claimed explicitly that the product was OSHA approved.
Right. So we need to ask, what is OSHA?
What does it actually do?
OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, is a U.S. federal agency. They set and enforce standards for workplace safety.
Workplace safety. They care if your ladder is safe, if your chemical handling is up to code.
Exactly. They absolutely do not approve or certify consumer products for the general public.
Not their job.
That function falls to organizations like the Consumer Product Safety Commission, maybe the FAA if it's an air vehicle. But the claim of OSHA approved on a consumer gadget, it instantly exposes that the creator just doesn't understand how these agencies work.
They were trying to borrow the language of authority but put it in completely the wrong context.
Oh, is that a telltale sign? Sloppy research on top of sloppy AI.
And finally, the market confirmation. When the investigators dug deeper, what did they find?
Deafening silence. 0 verified legitimate retailers carried this product. 0 legitimate tech reviews or hands-on testing by actual journalists. Nothing.
It was just the same AI clips being recycled across social media.
Accumulating millions of views from people who thought they were seeing real innovation.
So if we connect all this back, the Ryobi Hover Disc is the perfect, shining example of what we are now defining as AI slop.
That's the term.
So let's give this definition some weight. What exactly is AI slop beyond just being a fake video?
AI slop is entirely generated content, text, images, video that is designed purely and explicitly for viral engagement and low-effort monetization.
It's engineered to hit those emotional high notes.
To trigger novelty, to make you stop scrolling and click. The goal is just to maximize views and interaction, not to convey reality. It leverages the speed and low cost of these new generative tools.
So it's cheap to make, hyper-convincing at first glance, but it's fundamentally hollow. It exists only to steal a few seconds of your attention.
That is the key takeaway. It's convincing enough in the first few seconds to fool you into searching for it, but like we've seen, it collapses completely and immediately under even basic scrutiny.
The manufacturer check, the physics check.
The regulatory check, or just looking how the grass doesn't move. It's designed to waste your time and capture your click.
Which brings us to the final layer here. We've spent this time analyzing the slop, but we should also briefly analyze the scrutinizer.
That's a great point. The person who actually took the time to debunk this, the reviewer from our source material, they still operate within this same engagement ecosystem.
They're providing a service, stopping you from searching for hours, but they have to fund that investigation somehow.
Right. And their support model, as the source details, is a fascinating look at the hidden monetization structure behind digital content, even good fact-checking content.
How does it work?
Because they can't sell you the hover disk, they do 2 things. First, they put an affiliate link to the product, even though it's fake, with the disclaimer. They know if you click it and then buy something else, they get a small commission.
So they capitalize on the very search behavior the fake video started?
Precisely. And second, they provide a simple link straight to a major retailer's homepage, like Amazon, and encourage viewers to bookmark it and use it for all their shopping.
So if you buy groceries or whatever.
For nothing. A new power tool, toilet paper, they get a tiny piece of the sale. It funds their research and lets them avoid tons of sponsored ads. It just shows that in this environment, every click is part of the system that keeps the wheels turning.
It's an important lesson. The entire system, the fiction and the nonfiction, is built around maximizing your engagement and your clicks.
The incentive is always there to keep your attention, whether it's earned honestly or manufactured artificially.
And that brings us back to our mission. If this deep dive kept you from spending hours searching for a product that exists only, as the source said, in an algorithm's imagination,
then mission accomplished.
You have the tools now to spot the slop.
So, to summarize the Ryobi Hover Disc product is non-existent.
The claims about lifting capacity and flight time are physically impossible.
The OSHA-approved claim is nonsense, exposing a core misunderstanding of the real world.
And the ultimate visual evidence, the watermark, points directly to highly sophisticated AI generation.
It is a masterfully crafted piece of viral digital fiction.
So here is our final provocative thought for you to chew on. Something to incorporate into your daily information diet.
Okay.
Given how quickly and how convincingly this hyper-realistic AI slop can spread and fool millions of people, what simple automatic checks should you incorporate into your own consumption?
Is it checking for that SOAR watermark?
Is it making a habit of searching for a second, a third, a fourth legitimate source from a known media outlet before you even consider sharing something?
You have to start building that immediate habit.
Because that's the only way to ensure you're consistently telling the difference between true innovation and pure viral digital smoke. Keep questioning everything.